So guys, welcome back. So let's get started with customization of our chat screen. So firstly, we need to go to our app.js. Then in our chat screen here, instead of just making our header visible and giving it false, let's destructure this and let's take in routes. So we need to destructure this. Good. And take in route. This route will give us access to our header back visible, which we can set to what? False. Also to get the name of the particular user, this user here, to get the name of this particular user in this chat place, what we are going to do is that we are going to take in a prop of what? Title, and we're just going to say route dot params dot name. Then we'll come over here to our what? Home screen. So when we actually click on this and we want to navigate, we just don't want to navigate to the home screen alone. We want to navigate with some certain user details. The first one is what? Name, which we are going to set it to what? Item dot, don't forget, is what? Username. Remember? Then I think we are good with that. So let's go back and go and check this. So you can see we have Jennifer Gold over here. You can see that if we go back, see the name, you can see we have Jennifer Gold. So let's customize this. So let's go back to our app.js. Then over here we want to give it our header. I want to say our header title, okay, header title style. Let's give it, it's going to take in an object, so let's give it a font weight of what? Of bold. We need a comma, then header title align. So header title align, we're just going to align this to center. So let's take a look at this. What do we have here? So you can see, nice, we have this. So now let's head on to config. Let's get started with the implementation of gifted charts, our app. So as you can see, I have my phone connected here, so I would love to start the application on my phone. So let me show you how to do that. By the way, I'm using Expo Go app since we are using an Expo managed project. So we're using Expo Go app to run our project to be able to see it. So all we just have to do is go to our terminals, Expo start --web. So when we run that, let's go back to our phone. Project is starting. So now as you can see, our app is now open on our device. So let's try to log in with a particular user. Let me log in with Gabriel. Good, now you can see we are logged in. So let's quickly go back to our register screen. Let's created something, right? So soon as we create a user, so we just don't want to send the avatar, username, password and UID. We also want to attach the email of the user, so we can have that stored at our back end soon. So that's nice. Now you can see if I click on this, we have Jennifer Gold. We can go back, click on Sasha, we have this. So now this is also open on the web. So now let's try to implement gifted chats. You can see at this particular website, that GitHub page. So we go down here and see what we need. Okay, so firstly we need to install this using yarn or npm. So since I love using yarn, I'm going to copy this and just go open another terminal and just paste this. Okay, so this is installing, and let's get back. Let's see what we need here. So once we've done that, we need to import use states, callback and use effects. Then we also need to import gifted chats from React Native dashboards gifted chats. So let's copy this to import. Nice. Let's go to our chat screen and let's paste this at the top here. Okay. So I need to get rid of this one. Okay. Let's get back. Okay. We need this states. We also need this messages, this use effects, this on send. So let's copy this use effects. Okay, let's start from this. Good. So the onSet function. So good. Let's copy this. Then our chat screen, let's just paste this here. Nice. So guys, as you can see, we have gifted chats successfully installed. But let's go to our app. We still don't have anything here, so let's see how we can get this running. Okay, I think to display the chat, we need this. So we copy this and over here good. So let's just go back. Good. So you can see this already. You can just say hi there. You can hit send. You can see. So we already have our chats implemented already. So we need to customize it to our own taste, so a way that we can actually get these messages, store them in Firebase, in Firestore, then retrieve them anytime we want or each time the app loads. So firstly, let's make some changes to this. You can see over here we have messages, we have onSend and a user. So for this user, instead of having user 1, let's get the user from our app, that's the presently logged user. So we can get that from authentication dot current user, remember, then dot UID. So that will give us what? The currently what? Logged user. Then over here, we don't want to send in messages, we want to change this to text. That's on send. Whatever we type there will be called text instead of messages. So text. Good. So let's still try to send a message. Hi. You can see our messages still goes through. Now let's go to the function that does what? The function that sends this message, which is this what? On send over here. This on send function here. So you can see over here, this is just, this on send here is just a probe, which is also a function that takes in what? Text. You can decide to call it anything, but I decide to call it text just to make ours different from the way gifted chat as implemented is. So text, and each time we call on send, we pass in text. So this on send takes in a probe. So over here you can see the function on send here, which is called by a use callback. It takes in what? Messages, which is an array. So let's change this. Instead of just messages, let's call it messages array. Then over here, let's create a constant. Let's call it constant my MSG, my messages. Let's give it messages array of the index of 0, which is going to give us the message that is actually being sent. So let's go to, okay, let's try something here. Now let's console.log my messages. So let's try this. Let's go over here, let's try to send a message. Let's say hi there. Okay, we're having an error. He said encounter two children with the same key. One key should be unique so that the components maintained. So let's see, where is that coming from? Okay, so let's just comment this out. Then let's try this again. Hi there. So let's check our console. We should be able to see this. Nice. So we can see the message which I just sent now. It has an ID, the ID which is given to it by gifted chat. It has a created at. It has a text, which is the message we just sent. Then it has what also? You can see it's the user that sent it and the ID of the user, which is the ID, this ID which I provided here by the user that is currently logged in, who just sent this message. Nice. So we can destructure this and use it to create our own form, how we want our messages to be stored in our back end. Let's go over here. Let me just comment out this console.log. Now let's destructure this constants. Let's call this MSG messages is equals to, remember, firstly from here we can take in our words, my messages. We need that. Are you with me? Are you with me? I'll prefer we call this just messages. Then over here we should call this my MSG. So are you with me? So here we destructure this, we take in what? MSG. Then we need a send to and a send by. So the send to will be the person we are trying to send it to, and the send by will be the person who just sends the message. So to get the sent by, how do we get this sent by? Now sent by is the person that is currently logged in. That is the person that sends the message. So we can get this from authentication. So instead of just calling this repeatedly, let me just set this as a constant here. So constant, you can call it current user. Are you with me? Current user is equals to authentication dot current user dot what? UID. So good. So we can just come over here and pass in what? Current user. Are you with me? Then over here too, let's just change all this to what? Current user. Good. Then we also need a sent by, a sent to rather. So we need a sent to. So how do we get this sent to? Remember, we're trying to send it to the person which we clicked on. That's the person we are trying to send this message to. For instance, we clicked on Jennifer Gold. So Jennifer Gold is the user we are trying to send the message to. So how do we get the UID of Jennifer Gold? If you can remember from our home screen, when we redirected to our our chat screen, we are not just navigating to the chat screen, we are also navigating with the name, and also with the name, which is what? Username. So we can also get in what? We can get the UID of this user from here. So we can say UID, we can call this item dot, over here we call it what? User UID. Nice. So we can go to our chat screen, and by using params, so by using route.param, so we can structure this and take in our routes. So over here we can make a constant and just call it UID also, which is going to be what? Routes dot what? Dot params dot what? What did we call this that we were taking in? We called it UID. So we can go back to our chat screen, route.param dot what? Dot UID. So please take note, these are actually two different UID. This first one, current user, is the user who is presently logged in, the one who is sending a message, and this UID here is the user we are trying to send a message to. So over here, send to, we can just pass in what? UID. Are you with me? So we can just pass in what? So if we come down here and just console.log my MSG, now let's try to send a message. Let's go over here and let's just say, I, Jennifer. Let's check our console. Good. You can see this. We have a what? MSG, which is this, which has the UID, the UID that Gifted Chat gave to it. Then we have a created art. We have a text, which is what? I, Jennifer. Then we have user, which has what? An ID. And we have a sent by and a sent to. If you take notes properly, the ID here of the user is the same with the word sent by, because it's the same user that sent the message. Then we have a sent to, which is the what? Which is the UID of the person we are trying to send the message to. So if you take a look at it, you can see we have a sent to, we have a what? Sent by, and the sent by and this user ID are actually what? The same.